You were told the three men who escaped Alcatraz in 1962 drowned in San Francisco Bay. The federal file on them is still open. Those two facts have never gotten along. June 11, 1962. Frank Morris and the brothers John and Clarence Anglin spend their last evening in cells they have been quietly emptying for a year. Behind each cot, a hole carved through the concrete with sharpened spoons and a homemade drill, hidden behind cardboard painted to match the wall. In each bed, a dummy head. Soap, concrete dust, and real hair collected from the barbershop floor. The night count passes. The guards see three sleeping men. They climb into a utility corridor, up to the roof, down a kitchen vent pipe, over two fences, and into the water on a raft stitched from more than 50 stolen raincoats, sealed with heat from the prison's steam pipes. The morning count finds the dummy heads. By then, they have been gone for hours. The FBI worked the case for 17 years. Its conclusion, the men almost certainly drowned, swept out by the cold and the current, and the case was closed on the last day of 1979. Three desperate men, a homemade raft, a freezing bay. Tragic, bold, and finished. That's the official story. Here's what the official story has to step around. Keep your seat. The bay was searched for weeks, and what it gave back doesn't match the story. This episode brought to you by Fifth Pour, where every bourbon bottle gets its story. Scan a bottle, read what other enthusiasts felt about it, and add your own. Every bottle has a story. Find them all at fifthpour.com. Welcome back. Where we left off, June 1962. Three men gone from Alcatraz. The FBI says they drowned, and the case sat for 17 years. Here's what the record actually holds. Francisco Bay tends to give up its drowned. The file itself notes it. These three bodies were never found. What was found? A wooden paddle, shreds of raincoat rubber. And on a beach inside the Golden Gate, a sealed plastic packet of photographs and addresses belonging to the Anglin family, packed carefully, as if it mattered to someone planning to be alive. Weeks later, a Norwegian freighter logged a body in denim floating outside the gate. It was never recovered. That sighting did a lot of quiet work in the official conclusion. It remains a sailor's note about a body no one examined. For decades, that was where it sat. The Anglin family said Christmas cards kept arriving, unsigned, in handwriting their mother recognized. Investigators filed that under grief, and then a letter arrived at a San Francisco police station. Stay close. The letter that arrived in 2013 was signed with a name that should have been at the bottom of the bay. Quick pause. We make this show because we care about the things people used to do right. So it makes sense our sponsors do too. Captain's Krill Oil is run by somebody who refused to switch to the factory method. The whole industry uses chemical solvents now because it's faster. Captain still extracts krill oil mechanically, right on the boat, the way nature intended it. CaptainsKrillOil.com. Back in a sec. Back to it. The catch-up. No bodies, a paddle, a sealed packet of family photographs, and in 2013, a letter claiming to be from John Anglin himself. The lab test came back inconclusive. It was 2013. The letter said, "My name is John Anglin. I escaped from Alcatraz in June 1962. The writer offered a deal. Announce it on television, and he would come in, an old man, for medical care and a short sentence." The FBI ran the letter through its lab. Handwriting, fingerprints, DNA. The results came back inconclusive, not confirmed, and notably, not ruled out. 2 years later, the Anglin family produced a photograph they said showed both brothers, alive in Brazil in 1975. A forensic analyst hired for a documentary said the faces were a likely match. The government said nothing. Here's the detail that tells you what the institutions actually believe. When the FBI closed its file in 1979, the case passed to the U.S. Marshals Service. The Marshals did not close it. They have kept the warrants active for over 60 years, and their stated policy is to keep them active until the men are proven dead, or turn 99. An agency does not chase the drowned. Somewhere in that building, somebody has always thought these men might be findable. We don't know if Frank Morris and the Anglins made it. No proof has ever cleared the bar. Not the packet, not the photograph, not the letter. But the official story, the tidy one about the cold water settling everything, was never quite believed by the people paid to believe it. The file was closed. The story wasn't.